Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be playing Highway Blossoms. And yeah, we left off after they, ate their food. Yeah, so let's get to it, I guess. Outside I take Marina's hands, but it feels limp inside my own. I let her lead the way down the street and towards the busiest part of the city. Sometimes stuff on the side catches her eye, brightly colored sports cars that probably belong to millionaires pass by us pretty frequently. There are also people in bike-drawn carriages and double-decker tour buses. Besides the people, the buildings themselves all compete to stand out. Almost every storefront has something neon flashing to get you to look at it. Toy stores, restaurants, sex shops, and more all vie for the real estate. Within a 2-block radius, you could probably buy anything you ever wanted. Maybe a half a mile ahead of us on the other side of the road, there are a few street vendors on the sidewalk. They have an awning set to shade themselves in their merchandise, though it's too far away to see what they're selling. Marina spots them and points.
Ooh, let's go look!
Where excitement vanishes.
I mean, if you want to.
Oof.
Yeah, let's check it out.
With a hopeful smile, Marina starts to run. A red light at the crosswalk makes her stop not too far ahead, though. I catch up in time for the light to change. Before she can dart away, I take Marina's hand. She doesn't subject my face, but searches my face, so I smile, and she smiles back. I let her pull me to the vendor, which seems to be selling a bit of everything. T-shirts cover most of the wire rack that serves as a wall, so there's also bins of buttons, keychains, and other small trinkets. One bin is full of tiny soap animal carvings, and those that are what Marina goes for. I ignore the vendor and his Weasley small talk, refusing to be conned into buying a ton of junk. After a minute, Marina sucks a little stone coyote. I pay $5 for it, practically robbery. We start down the road again with Marina inspecting our new treasure.
Why a coyote?
Why not?
I thought she was the cutest. Look at the way the color changes here.
She holds a little trumpet up to my nose. There's a spot where the color changes from brown to milky white on the side of its face.
That is pretty.
Plus, wolves are pretty much my favorite animal, and coyotes are close enough.
True.
Yeah? Have you ever seen a live wolf?
No, I wish. You?
At Yellowstone a couple years ago, yeah. I begged Gramps to take me.
As soon as I mentioned Gramps' name, I see Marina's eye flit towards
What else
mine.
do they have there?
All kinds of stuff. Wolves, bears, buffalo, elk, deer. Pretty much any kind of forest animal.
And they just wander around, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. There are even places where you can feed some of them out of your car.
Nice.
What about the meat eaters? Like wolves and stuff?
There are spots where you can see them, but you can't feed them. They're still wild animals. It's not a zoo or anything.
I want to go there someday.
I'll take you to see them sometime. It's a cool place.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
I try to play it off like it's not a big deal to me, but talking about future plans, anything that would happen after the festival, ignites the sense of uncertainty in my chest. The way her eyes light up when I promise to take her both suits and agitates the feeling. No matter what, I'm happy that she's happy. I follow behind as she darts from stall to stall like a hummingbird. They all offer more same generic desert-themed trinkets or gaudy I Love Las Vegas merchandise. The sidewalks are full of those vendors who shout and try to get attention of dozens of people who pass by. Marina's the only one who gets hooked in. But she doesn't ask for anything else. Maybe there's enough wolf merchandise. Every time she does to examine someone's wear, I hang back with my hands in my pocket and watch. Once she's done, we hold hands again. It's a nice cycle, but all the changes once we reach the strip itself, with the eclectic architecture and eccentric population. I point out some of the more famous places like the Luxor, which is shaped like a pyramid, and the Caesar Palace, which looks like it was stolen from Rome. Marina's O's and ahs in the right places, though it's a surprise she doesn't try to lead us to them. Instead, she seems to dead set on taking us further down the road of the sidewalk sailman, like she's looking for something in particular. Not that I have any idea what it is. She leads the way from looking side to side, but never quite seeming to find it, until suddenly she freezes in place. A large wave of pedestrians behind us crests and fills around like we're not even there. Marina points ahead of one of the street vendors a few blocks away.
Found one!
I am yanked forward once again, being dragged by newfound enthusiasm. Rather than a bunch of cheaply made goods, the merchandise she noticed has a bunch of colorful drawing cartoon characters barely recognizable due to exaggerated shapes. A sign beside them shades a custom commissioned $30 each. I really understand what Marina wants.
No. No, no, no.
I also know what she wants. I try to drag my heels, but I'm tugged along by Marina. She's surprisingly strong when she wants to be.
Amber.
I've done these. She says my name without even turning around, but $30? That's like a lot more than I paid for it, at least.
This has been on my bucket list for years.
Nice.
It's happening.
Ooh.
What has? Getting ripped off by a street artist?
Oof.
Having someone draw me.
My protest being ignored, I fall into step and accept my fate. The guy manning the booth looks like he's completely out of place. He's wearing a flashy Hawaiian shirt and a baseball cap. When he notices Marina and I approaching, he sits up in a slouching position and
Hello,
grins.
ladies.
Hi there. We were interested in having our portrait drawn.
We weren't. You were. But I don't protest. I've resigned myself to go along with whatever she wanted.
Perfect.
He frames us with his finger like he's going to take a
You
picture.
girls stand right there and get comfy. I'll get ready.
He lunges off his wooden chair and grabs a sketch pad and a box
We'll
of
do
pencils.
you two in color. How's that sound?
Great.
I just grimace. I'm not fond of having my picture taken. This isn't much better. I'm not even satisfied with how I look. That's why aren't any pictures of Gramps and me, just a couple. I'll deal with it for Marina's sake. We stand under awing and does a little help the heat. Marina shifts from foot to foot while I just have my hands in my pocket. Every so often she turns a beam at me, though she doesn't say anything. She's not sure why she's so hyped up, but it's cute. The guy finally gets his stuff ready, all set up on an easel. The piece of paper he's using is almost the size of my
Go
torso.
ahead and scrunch together now.
He makes a motion with his hands. Marina stands near me and I wrap one of them around her.
Closer.
Our shoulders are touching.
Closer.
Now we're cheek to cheek.
Ah, perfect.
And he stares at us with a smile just for a second longer. Then his coverall makes his expression seem a little sleazy. Before I change my mind, he looks down at the paper and starts to draw. We stand there not talking or moving. Once Marina starts to ask something, but he waves his hand without even looking up.
Quiet. If you move, you'll mess it all up.
She shouts I can feel her jaw snap, but since it's slouching against my own. 15 minutes past, my mouth is starting to get sore. I don't have any guesses how long this will take, but it's starting to get annoying. Even Marina seems to have the second thought. She's wiggling just barely, probably going to fight growing tensions in her muscles. Not enough to ruin drawings, though. From the corner of my eye, I notice a couple of glances that we get. We probably don't look especially out of place, but it's like hapless tourists who got conned into something. I guess we are to an extent. I wouldn't mind except that we look ridiculous being stuck like nearly Siamese twins. Haha. Our artist draws with long, swift strokes, though I can't see what he's doing. He appears confident. Hopefully the result is worth the discomfort and the $30. I'm nearly at breaking point when he finally leans back and sets his pencils aside. Marina peels away from me instantly, leaving a damp spot on my shared sweat on my face. I rub it as it follows her more slowly to see the results. As she cranes around the easel to look, I watch her expression go from sight to overjoyed. Her smile widens into a grin as she gets the drawing in her hands.
Look, it's us.
Oh, that's cute. That is really cute, though. Just obviously a little different art style, but it's cute though. And something's exaggerated, I'll tell you that much. These. Yeah, I'm not gonna. She flips it around so I can see. It's us. The first thing I notice is my boobs. They're not a lot larger than in real life, same with Marina's kinda. You see? That's what I said. Other than that, the drawing is cartoony or recognizable, but our features are exaggerated. Marina's eyes are almost comically huge. In the contrast, the building behind this drawing are shaped, defined, and realistic. Clutching the paper to her chest, Marina signs a contented smile.
Thank you so much.
The artist swipes his sweaty palms on his shorts as he stands.
My pleasure.
He looks at me expectantly. With a sigh, I pull out my wallet and pass him a pair of wrinkled bills. I pass it to him with a nod.
Y'all have a lovely day now.
Y'all? You guys don't live in the South. Is Las Vegas in the South? I feel like it's more in the middle. Like, it's like the middle. Is it the south, though? I don't know, man. With that, he slouches down again and pulls out the cheap-looking paperback novel. The drawing is still close to Maria's chest like a priceless artifact. Every few seconds, she holds it away from her and grins as she looks at it. That makes it worth the cost. Finally, Maria does up the drawing like a scroll and tucks it under her arm for safekeeping. We stand in the shade for an awing while we look up and down the road.
We should split up for a little bit.
Ooh.
What?
I can't help but yelp. That's the last thing I was expecting.
Not for long. There's just something I want to do. And you can't be there.
Why
Ooh.
not?
Shuffling in place, Maria looks away.
'Cause it's a surprise.
I knew it.
Mare, no. This isn't some small town. This is Las Vegas. What if you get lost? Or some creeper tries to mess with you?
It'll be fine, Amber. There's like a million people on this street.
Yeah, so? That doesn't mean anything.
I mean it. It'll be fine.
There's a fire in her voice that takes me by surprise. There's even a small spark in her eyes like she's angry. My frown deepens.
But
Seriously, it's nothing bad, I promise. I just want to do something, but it's a surprise for you, so you can't be there.
Oof. Her face softens.
Please, it'll only be a couple hours.
Couple hours, damn.
Marina, I don't know.
Of all cities split up, this is the one of the worst. Not only we'll have to wait to contact each other if needed, but the people aren't sort of, can trust. If I leave her on her own, there's a good chance I never see her again. But the way she stands with her hips on her hands on her hips, looking determined, makes me don't want to argue. I sigh.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean it. Just give me like 3 hours.
That's a long time.
You think? I tried to keep it short.
In 3 hours, we could snatch someone's car and well into Arizona or California or halfway to Reno. It's irresponsible for me to let her go, but I can tell by the way at looking at her that I don't have a choice.
Okay, fine. But can you at least stay on the street? It's a straight shot back to the Rio where we're parked, and so it'd be harder to get lost.
Marina nods fast.
That's fine. I already saw where I need to go, but you're not allowed to watch, okay?
Yeah. I'll probably just go back to the car anyway.
Now she frowns.
Isn't there anything you want to see?
Not without you.
Aw, Amber.
She kicks at the ground.
I guess we don't have to...
No, go on.
What?
Just be safe, okay? Don't do anything silly. I guess it'll be fine for a couple hours.
She takes the drawing in one hand, then hugs me tight. Then Marina leans up and kisses on my lips. She pulls away before I can get into it.
I'll see you in a while then.
Right.
We stand there, neither of us moving. I sigh again and then tug down the road. I glance back every few steps, but she doesn't move. Instead, she watches me and waves, probably making sure that I keep a good on my promise not to follow her. As tempting as it is, I'd let her go for now. 3 hours can't be that hard, right? Turns out I was wrong. 2 hours are agony. I wander from store to store, studying without actually caring for what's on sale. The first is a vegan restaurant. I don't try any samples. Just next door is some fetish shop, but with window converters. All lights are inside are colored, mostly red or sometimes violet. The girl behind the counter, pale skin with artificial black hair, gives me a smile that I return. But I don't stick around. I don't even know what I'm doing, going through the motion being tourist. I guess actually I'm exploring Las Vegas. But tomorrow I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I won't be able to remember a single detail of these shops. Up ahead is yet another street vendor. His setup is nearly twice as long as most of the others. Includes large glass display cases. Looks like he's part of the used to be painted. Looks like it's a painted transport. Sorry, I turned. Yeah. I wonder if we're pretending to be interested. The clerk, a Hispanic man with a short goatee, watches me but doesn't say anything, not even greeting. It's all cell phones and phone accessories, chargers, cases, cords, and the like. Nothing relevant to me. There's a special discount on prepaid phones and time card right now. It seems a half a dozen identical posters plastered on the wall out of the longest case. I stare at one of the fibers, though I'm not actually reading. I just imagine if Marina and I had cell phones, it might help us that like times like this, times where I'm not being ridiculous, clinging and an idiot. Being able to reach her anytime would be nice, but would they get much use? That's when I realized something. I'm dumbfounded by the simple fact what is bothering me since we split up. This is the first time since meeting Maria that I've been on my own, that she isn't just a room away or within shouting distance. Even though it's only been a couple hours, I feel profoundly alone. It's pathetic, I know. I'll see her in less than an hour now. But the anxiety of separation gets better in me. It makes me sick, and all the horrible scenarios rush in my head again. The ones where something bad is happening to her, she won't be able to call for help. I look at my phone just in case. I never had one, so I'm not very knowledgeable, but they look cheap and flimsy. I tried to buy a brand name, but it wouldn't mean much to me if I could get one. The only names I'm familiar with massive quantities to make everything, not just the ones whose merchandise cost hundreds if not thousands of dollars. I think Marina had a Hazy. I've heard they're pretty good. Then again, I've also heard about shady stuff with them suddenly replacing all their production workers with robots. Rappers said this sort of thing would be part of the New World Order. Doesn't matter though. Well, Gramps, I think is right. Like robots are taking over, like, jobs. Like, he isn't wrong. Roblox is taking over jobs. That's great. But he's dead, haha. I'm sorry. In just a week less now, even Coachella will be over. And after that, well, a phone gives us a way to stay in touch. Once we've, I spin around away in a hurry, feeling suddenly sick again. I must have looked like a lunatic coming up and standing still, then freaking out, leaving. Maybe that's why the guy didn't say anything. I just looked like an insane junkie. I pictured some tweaker stepping out of the alleyway towards Mira, who of course wouldn't even notice, and shove those thoughts out of my head. 1 hour, just one more hour, chill, I could tell myself for the 1,000th time. Across the street from the phone carts is a bright green sign for a candy store, one of those places that has floor to ceilings and bins of gummies that sell it by the pound. I half expect to see Marina in there herself. Getting her surprise bag of sugar might be a good way to try to make up for getting weird. Until the next time I activate, that is. I cross the street as soon as there's a gap in traffic, not bothering to go to crosswalk. The doors have an outline and the handles that are the same green as the sign. When I step inside, I see that the walls are too. I reminded of slime of those old shows I used to watch on TV. They sprayed out one to the audience or cast members. Not the most appetizing impression. The selection's good though. Like I expected, there are more various candy than I've ever seen in a single place, only pictures. There are several different types of plastic bags that you can fill, ranging from I'm on a diet to garbage bag sizes. I grab a medium-sized one, then I realize I don't know what to get for Marina. Definitely chocolates, but with or without nuts. Can't remember if I ever heard her opinion. I try to recall what she's gone at the gas station along our trip, but I never paid that much attention. Maybe I should go for a mixture of both. Then what if she's allergic to something? Probably wouldn't have ever come up since we always eat out and order for ourselves. I don't want to get her a 3-pound sack of anaphylactic shock. Gummies then, those might be safer. There are more types of gummy candies than ever exist, different flavor rings. Candy shaped like fruits that they taste like, and other like chewy soda bottles. For that memory, I wonder which ones I should pick. I think I remember her saying she loves raspberry or strawberry, but I think she's gotten strawberry soda before that. Not that means anything. This is a gift, so I want to be perfect, not a full bag of this she dislikes. Then I remember, Marina likes pretty much everything. I laughed at the simplicity. I dumped a small scoop of just about every sort of gummy that they sell. For good measure, I got a second smaller bag, filled it with some malted chocolate balls, caramel clusters, and plain old chocolate chunks. Safe options. I hauled the 2 bags over to the counter, and I just wanted to tell you, she clearly ringed up a mob with her 2 sons. Then the dart kicks over to his mountain leg, rattling displays and knocking them over the shelf. One makes them stop or fix their mess. One of the kids stare up at me, and I frown at him deeply. He stops running and hides behind his mom's leg. Good. When they leave, the kids are still clinging to her. Like a bear cub. I set my bags up on the counter and kneel. Oh, there's a new character. Down to the, well, not a main character, just a character. There's some of the spilled items as do. The shopkeeper comes around front, nearly bumping into me.
Oh, you don't have to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I look up directly into her knees. I straighten up and we're suddenly way too close. Stumbling backwards, I grab the counter to support myself. She laughs, eyes crinkling. She's cute. Her tan skin is compelled by the bright red uniform she wears. A little name tag on the counter says her name is Cassie.
No, there's a special going on right now.
Oh yeah?
A stack of postcards set by the credit card machine. She hands me
If you
one.
buy 10 more bags, you get one for free.
I try to imagine how much candy that would be that need a wheelbarrow to haul it over. Cassie laughs probably at my expression.
Yeah, we haven't had many people spring for that one.
The person I'm buying this stuff for probably would, if she was here. This'll probably be gone by tonight.
I just search the bag still sitting on the scale.
Oh, shopping for your sister, or?
Nah, my girlfriend.
I try out the word, seeing how it sounds in relation to Marina. As I expected, my heart skips a beat. During that beat, I feel like I see the shopkeeper's face fall just for a second.
Yeah, lucky girl.
Oh, she?
Thanks.
I don't know if she means because of candy or just because of me. After ringing up my bags, she dumps them into an even larger bag than seems unnecessary, but it makes the guest easier to carry. She also needs the candy as well as the receipt.
Have a good day. Try the peach rings. They're my favorite.
I will. Have a nice day too.
The girl waves as I leave the store. Outside, I check the receipt since I wasn't really listening to the total. Looks like she didn't charge me for the small bag. I glance back inside, but she disappeared into the back room. I guess that answers my earlier question. Flattered, I head back. Oh, her earlier question when she liked her or or the candy. I head back to the Rio where we're parked. It's not long until I'm supposed to be Marina. If I spend too long outside, her present will melt. Walking back to the casino where we parked is way faster than leaving it was. That's probably because I'm still missing the human pinball, so I'm not held even we pass the shop. I say that, but of course I'm eager to see her again. I'm in some particular universe where I haven't met Marina. I might have stuck around at the candy store for a longer time, but unfortunately for Cassie, I already have someone. The parking lot in Rio is filled up even more. Getting out of here is going to be a pain since there wasn't a lot of whole room to begin with. I make my way to the RV and let myself in. It feels like an oven. The first thing I do is turn on the AC. I set the bag of candies on the bed to inspect them, as I feared the chocolate is slightly melted, streaking brown against the clear plastic. It's not too bad though. A couple hours in the fridge should have it good as new. Leave the gummies on the counter since I didn't suffer as much as much on the walk. Me and I are supposed to meet up here in about a half hour. Since it's too soon, I may as well just wait in here where it's more comfortable. I lay down in bed and try to read the book that Marina's been sucked on for a few days, but I can't stay focused on it long enough to process it. It doesn't take long before I give up and set it aside. Now I just stare at the ceiling. I used to most nights when I couldn't sleep after Grant passed away. Yeah, but before I met Marina, it wasn't that I was that it comforted me or anything, but the amount of effort it took for not anything unusually led me to falling asleep without even realizing. Except this time I have let my thoughts wander. Sleeping has been easily lately. Actually doing something during the day and getting exercise helps a lot. But also my thoughts have been less cloudy, less muddled. Sure, there are still moments where I think of Grams and the pain hits me again. Having Marina around makes those rare. Someday I might think of him without hurting. I don't know if I want to though. Isn't that just forgetting? People say you move on or get over the debts, but what does that mean for the person you lost? I roll onto my side, stare at the picture of me and Grams hanging on the wall. I can't take it, I roll onto my other side. Damn. Rolling into my pillows, cathartic. Without Marina here, I can be as loud as I want. To my surprise, no tears come. Anyone walking by outside would probably think I'm dying in pain, but I don't care. Alone time has its upsides after all. Grieving is complicated and exhausting. Sometimes I wonder if I'm even doing it right. There must be something wrong with me. I don't even want to get over Gramps. I sit up and still hugging the pillow to my chest. Marina will be soon. Maybe I can talk to her about this. This to her as I think I feel a stab of guilt. It's not her problem. It's something I have to deal with myself. I force myself over to the driver's seat. I'm not going anywhere, but I still listen to music and watch for Marina's return. I stick in the tape and kick back. A few songs pass by. It's been 20 minutes or so. I start to scan the parking lot looking for a familiar red hair. The tape ends. That's okay, it was a short one. I replaced it with another one chosen at random. Still no sign of Marina. I get up and check on the clock episode. She's about 10 minutes late now. Maybe the clock is off somehow. I hop out of the RV and ask for someone for the time matches exactly what the clock said. Worry begins to stop tightening my stomach, but I force myself to calm down. Serena, it's only been 15 minutes. Most likely she got distracted and is on her way here right now. 5 more minutes pass, I begin to pace back and forth. But should I go look for her? I have no idea what she's started though, but if she got to the RV and I wasn't there might be go looking for me instead. No, I have to stay and wait. Another 10 minutes, she's half an hour late now. I'm not buying guest cell phones. As soon as she's getting back here, we're going to that guy in the street. We're going to prepaid cell phones. Oh, buying, not buying, but buying. From a few streets away, I can hear sound of siren, a fire truck, or an ambulance or something. A knot in my throat feels larger. I cough just to release some of the tension. I have to go look. I can't take Serena. I sweat out and throw on my shoes and climb out. And then I see her. Head down, walking slowly but coming towards me. The relief of my voice probably conveys the pain just drained out of me. She looks up as the sound her name, then when I see her, that she's crying.
What's wrong?
She's crying? I rush over.
What's wrong?
Our alarm poisons my voice. Did something happen to her after all? I put my hands on her shoulders to shake her gently.
Marina, talk to me. What happened? Are you okay?
Damn, what happened? She still can't talk, but she nods, thank God. There are no sobs, but her eyes start pouring tears, even so she hiccups and she barely restrains herself from fully bawling.
Come on!
Oh, what happened? I'm so I don't know. Oh wait, I didn't read that. I check her lead to RV, no one gives us a second glance. It's probably a common occurrence here. Maria silently follows me into the RV. I lead her to my bed and have her sit down. I sit beside her, alternating between rubbing her back and her shoulders. I try to get her calmed down. Slowly, her breathing starts to normal while I offer her tissue and she blows her nose loudly. Then she takes a few more to wipe her eyes. Rather than proud of herself, I wait, even though it takes all my self-control. After a sturdy breath, she looks at me, eyes still watering.
Messed up, Amber. Bad.
How so? Yeah. Her breath catches again and she sobs. It's hoarse and seems like she's taken by surprise. I immediately rub her shoulders again. Then she knocks there's a knock at the RV door.
What the hell?
I stand up, but I can't see who it is from here.
I'll be right back.
Let's end it here. Haha. Yes, I love leaving it on cliffhangers. Yeah, I locked the front door and opened it to a familiar face. And we know who that is, but if you don't, then there's a problem with you. No offense. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked, leave a like. If you disliked, then leave. Don't leave anything, because that wouldn't help any of us. And yeah, have a good day. Yeah.